Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. I am Christopher Bell, certified public accountant, long-term boglehead investor, author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser, and hater of clowns, charlatans, losers, and frauds on YouTube that give out insane predictions about where certain stonks that I happen to hate are going to go in the future. Now, the king of Tesla stupidity on YouTube is none other than Chicken Genius Singapore. I thought it was Meet Kevin, but then I heard down the grapevine that this guy has the vast majority of his portfolio in Tesla, the number one company in the world apparently that's going to take over everything. Now, we're going to watch this video, and he's going to explain to us why Tesla is going to have a $4 trillion market cap in the next 10 years. And I'm going to show you why that is a patently ridiculous, wildly insane projection of where Tesla is going to go. And of course, he has a Tesla shirt, and he has some kind of anime doll on his desk. But let's watch this clown. Let's see what his bull thesis is, and then I'm going to slap him across the face and show you why he's a complete loser and you should not listen to him.
Friends, Tesla now is worth around 400.
And just in context, this video came out April 31st, 2020. So, of course, Tesla has even gone higher since then because it's Tesla, bro. It only goes up.
$1 billion. Is Tesla expensive? The simple answer is no. Tesla is worth 10 times in 10 years. That's like 4 trillion. So I'll talk about what?
$4 trillion in 10 years. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Tesla will be a $4 trillion company. Now, keep in mind, some of the largest companies in the world like Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, some of them have just broken $2 trillion. And he's saying this new upstart company in just 10 years is going to be $4 trillion, which is double the price or double the market cap of all these other amazing companies that produce massive cash flows and massive profits. I can totally see it, Chicken Genius. You are so smart. I mean, just looking into your soulless eyes, I'm just enthralled by your thesis, and it's probably 100% reasonable and accurate. So let's let him talk for a little bit.
Why Tesla is worth $4 trillion in this video. I'll talk a little bit about the stock market to give you some context to this video. I'll ask you two questions because it's very important to ask the right question. Do you think the stock market reflects accurately how the company is performing?
In the short run, absolutely not. The stock market can be idiotic in the short term, which is why Tesla stock is so high. But in the long run, yes, companies will ultimately reflect their fundamental value. It just takes time, ladies and gentlemen.
If yes, means each time the stock price goes up, the company is doing well, and each time the stock price goes down, the company is dying. Or no means stock price can go up and down daily regardless how the company is doing. So yes or no? 5 seconds.
Oh, what is that?
If you haven't got the answer, or are you waiting for an answer from my donkey? By the way, my donkey says hi. The answer is no. The stock market does not reflect accurately how the company is performing.
In the short run, he's correct. In the long run, which he's basically owning himself right here. In the long run, yes, if a stock is massively overvalued and everybody eventually wakes up and says, wow, I'm paying this much for this little earnings when I can instead invest my money somewhere else and get way more earnings from a company that's way more profitable and doesn't rely on Bitcoin and freaking carbon credits to actually stay profitable, then eventually that stunk is going to collapse and go back to its real fundamental value. But of course, he probably thinks this insane valuation of Tesla will never stop. People will just buy Tesla no matter what to infinity because it's Tesla.
For me. However, the stock market is simple. In the short run, the market is a voting machine, but in the long run, it's a weighing machine. This means stock prices can go up and down for no reason for the short term. However, over the long term, it's a weighing machine. Fundamentals can catch up and the stock market will reflect accordingly. As of making this video, Tesla is worth about 400 billion and Apple is now at 2 trillion. So think like 10 years.
Yeah, he's right. Apple's, I think, still around $2 trillion. Now go look at Apple's financial statements and look at net income. Compare Apple's net income to Tesla's net income. And that'll tell you right there that profits are very important. And Apple is a freaking cash machine. Whereas Tesla right now is not a cash machine. It's a car company.
Can Apple like double? Highly likely Apple can, but can Tesla surge past Apple in 10 years? So with the knowledge in my head, it's a definite simple yes, because Tesla is going to be the next tech company that will dominate the world.
They're going to dominate the freaking world. Now, I'm sure he's going to go into things like, oh, it's not just a car company, ladies and gentlemen. It's a car company. Go look at the revenues and tell me where the vast majority of this company's revenues are coming from. Until I see a change in where the vast majority of their revenues are coming from, yes, I believe Tesla is a freaking car company, okay? But let's see what amazing thesis he has.
By the way, I appreciate early thumbs up. It helps a lot for this video.
Thumbs up? Oh,
so
sure, bro.
Lately, the
there you
stock
go.
has been on the surge. I constantly get like random comments on Tesla stock price coming down. Of course, you are right. There is no stock that goes up permanently upwards without retracements. So when the
Except for Tesla, right?
stock like comes down, it will form a higher low compared to the old low. A low which is like much higher than the low few months ago. So those that keep saying Tesla stock is coming down, my donkey says hi. I'd like to talk about Tesla's profits before moving further to my $4 trillion thesis. There are tons of things I can talk about Tesla that's going to take me like hours. So I'll just talk about.
He's going to talk about profits here. Let's go ahead and hear what he has to say about Tesla's profits, which come from Bitcoin and carbon credits from the government.
Profits. If you randomly pick a person who is savvy about the stock market but do not like fully understand Tesla, usually their comments are like, Tesla profits are from tax credits. So this is one of the biggest misconceptions of Tesla. Each time I see a comment like that, I want to like slap the person's butt. When you have
Ooh, Chicken Genius is going to slap my butt, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he's a big jacked guy. He's probably going to beat me up. I'm actually a little scared now.
products that demand exceed supply, what is the first thing that 99% of company does? Raise the freaking price, right? What did Tesla do? Despite like huge backlog, they dropped the price. Why? Probably the management is thinking, since other automakers are paying us like tax credits, we can pass some savings to the customers. So as long our cash levels are reasonable, we are good. So this.
You know why Tesla's going to have to eventually drop their prices? And they're probably going to keep dropping their prices. It's called competition, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you knew this, but there's other car companies out there. And when companies compete, they compete to sell products to the customer. And what they'll do is there'll be a price war where companies will cut their prices down and down and down, which narrows their profit margins in order to attract business. That is the beauty of competition. So he's saying, oh, they cut their prices to pass on savings to their customers. No, they're cutting their prices because all the legacy automakers and a bunch of other upstart companies are also producing electric vehicles. And in order to stay competitive, you can't just charge prices into infinity. You're going to have to cut prices to stay ahead of the game. So in the future, I think Tesla will keep cutting their car prices, which is going to hurt their margins because there's going to be a huge war in the EV market. But whatever, $4 trillion, he's chicken genius. Talk to my donkey.
This is probably what Tesla's management is thinking. Tesla's free cash flow is positive, and what's Tesla's mission? To transit the world to sustainable energy. Elon Musk talks about this often. Not going bankrupt is the goal, and the mission is always more important. I know what he's thinking. So now profits argument is out of the way. You can talk about the future and how Tesla
Don't worry about profits. It's all about the mission of saving the world, ladies and gentlemen.
will reach $4 trillion market cap. Anybody who talks about tax credits again, I'm just gonna slap the butt. Elon
Oh, I like that, chicken genius. That's so hot. That's so hot.
mentioned multiple times Tesla's growth will be around like 50% a year. I'm quoting him.
In the absence of some massive force majeure event, like quite massive, I think 50% is the likely number. It's possible that it's 40%. I would be very shocked if it's less than 40%. I mean,
the CEO said it of the company that he owns, So of course you have to believe the CEO. I mean, honestly, it's probably going to be 80-90% every year, compounded all the way to 2030. Of course.
With force majeure, short of World War III.
So far it's true, Tesla delivery growth of 50% a year from 2012 all the way to 2019. If you plot this chart out, Tesla will reach a target goal of 20 million cars per year. At least that's...
Yes, if you use stupid assumptions, you can plot that Tesla's going to sell 1 trillion cars, depending on whatever rate of growth you're going to use. But companies can't maintain the same growth rate. The bigger they get, the slower they grow. Is the company going to grow? Absolutely it is. They're investing in more factories. That's cool. I don't hate the company. I hate the stock price. But are they going to produce 20 million vehicles by 2030? I don't freaking think so, okay? This guy is freaking ridiculous.
That's what Elon said. Tesla aspires to produce roughly 20 million vehicles each year. If you
I aspire to make $1 trillion a month, so it's gonna be true, ladies and gentlemen.
take 20 million cars, multiply with an average selling price, ASP, of 20,000 each car, it's $400 billion in revenue. You know that 20,000 is a stupid number. That's more than like currently half the ASPs. I assume Tesla selling cars cheaper than Toyotas and premium cars bringing up the ASP a little higher. So that's purely just selling cars. How about the energy business? We know that it's a way bigger market than the automotive market. Elon Musk forecasts that the company's energy business will
Once again, he's using Elon Musk's, the CEO of the company's forecast, okay? You can't just trust what the freaking CEO says. Of course he's a proponent of his own company. You need to actually look at it and think, are these assumptions reasonable? Which I don't think they are. This video is stupid.
eventually be the same size or even bigger than the automotive sector. The latest sign that the company plans to put more time and resources scaling up its solar and storage products. I can go on talking for hours and hours about how big the energy market is.
Please don't.
But not in this video. So let's assume that's another $400 billion. So total $800 billion conservatively. So let's slap it
$800 billion conservatively.
in some other numbers to make it 1 trillion. Tesla insurance and performance up.
Let's just add more numbers. Let's just make it 1 trillion, bro. Why not? Why not make it 50 billion trillion zillion dollars?
Great. Tesla has all the data, so pricing in the insurance fairly will bring in massive reoccurring revenue. How about other options like software upgrades to like performance boost or Tesla premium connectivity at $10 per month? And an extra $200 billion is easy, so easy. So $800 billion from earlier adding.
Okay, so whatever. They're going to generate $1 trillion in revenue by 2030. I'm sure they are. Now let's go ahead and look at the total market capitalization of all the automakers in the world today. Now, right now, the total worth, the total value of the automobile industry is $2.25 trillion. Now, what he's saying is in 10 years, Tesla is going to own 4 trillion of that industry. And of course, you have to factor in all the other crap like the electricity and whatever, the storage. But basically, Tesla is going to own the vast majority of the future market capitalization of the auto industry. So let's go ahead and pull out our calculator. And let's assume the auto industry is going to grow by 10% in market cap per year for the next 10 years. So let's go ahead and see if I don't screw this up. So we take 1.1 to the 10th power. That gives us a factor of 2.59 times the current market capitalization gives us $5.846 trillion. So if the entire market cap of the auto industry grows by 10% per year, which might be a lofty assumption, the entire market cap of the entire auto industry is going to be $5.846 trillion. And of course, Tesla is going to be, let's see, God, I hate the scientific calculator. Let's do the standard one. 4 divided by 5.86. Tesla is going to own 68% of the projected future market capitalization of the entire auto industry. So don't worry about Toyota. Don't worry about Volkswagen, BYD, Daimler, General Motors, NIO, BMW. all of these companies are just going to die. And Tesla is just going to own everything, bro. Do you see how idiotic and clownish this total moron is? I mean, look at Tesla's market cap right now. Tesla, which sells a fraction of Toyota's cars, Volkswagens, General Motors, all of these massive companies that sell hundreds of thousands or even millions of cars. Tesla right now is like 3 times as big in market cap as Toyota, the next biggest company. This is so stupid. I am so sick of these total moron clowns with their stupid assumptions, believing this idiot, this loser, this fraud. Do not listen to this guy. He is a total moron. For the love of God. I think he has like 90-something% of his portfolio in Tesla. He's going to get his cheeks clapped whenever people come to their senses and realize Tesla's not going to grow 50% per year just in their auto industry, and then that the storage and electricity crap is going to be the same size and their insurance is going to be $200 billion in 10 years. There's things called competition, okay, ladies and gentlemen? Please factor that in. Anyway, I'm sick of talking about this total loser. Please like, subscribe to my channel, tell your friends about me. Y'all have a wonderful day.